Hey, this is Sarah and welcome to the weekly astrology and energy forecast for November the 28th through December the 4th of 2022. We have some exciting new things happening, and of course this is going to be one of those transition weeks where we go into the countdown for 2023. So exciting stuff. Okay, let's do this. So we have a lot happening this week. The sun is still in Sagittarius, Mercury's in Sagittarius, Venus is in Sagittarius, and Mars is in Gemini. So this can leave us feeling a lot more daring, a lot more optimistic, and a lot more ready to just get out there and make some changes. Sagittarius energy is all about going and doing and learning and being and seeing. So you may be getting a healthy dose of that this week. Now add in this week's alignment and you have us not only planning and being optimistic, but actually moving forward on some of these goals and ideas. Plus, we are much more dreamy. We're much more likely to romanticize people and situations. So it's going to be an interesting week for sure, any way you look at it. There are possibilities of romantic encounters, and there's also a possibility of a confrontation this week, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This is, of course, my take on the energy and the astrology, and because of that, it will not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. If you haven't already, why not consider subscribing to this channel? There are a lot of new videos in the queue and you don't want to miss any of them. So subscribe, hit that bell, become part of the Serenity community. As I said earlier, we're still deep in Sagittarius energy, but this week's going to be a little bit different. By the end of the week, you're probably going to be feeling more dreamy, more romantic, more introspective all the way around. And you're going to be thinking about problems, challenges, or goals differently too, because now you're ready to meet these head on. The fiery Sagittarius energy says you can do it. So rather than trying to find a way out of facing some of these issues, you're more likely to step up and meet them head on. You may even spend some time this week chasing down people or chasing down conversations, looking through old text messages, old emails for some much needed clarity. So overall, yeah, you're going to be ready to go this week and ready to get shit done. This is going to be a really good week for Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces natives. You have a change of heart. As you're looking at things differently, things are falling into place now. You're going to see a big shift in your viewpoint, I think, on things, more than really any one thing changing. It's going to be more about you changing your perception around some issues. And I'll get more into that when we look at each sign's weekly forecast at the end of this video. So be sure and watch till the end. So what do we have going on this week? Well, November the 28th, Mars retrograde trines Saturn. November the 29th, Mercury opposite Mars. Mercury and Saturn get together on December the 3rd. Neptune turns direct in Pisces, and this is big news. And on December the 4th, Venus squares Neptune. So you see some of that dreamy energy from Neptune is going to definitely be affecting us. Mercury is in Sagittarius. It moved in on November the 17th and will stay until December the 6th. So November the 28th's key themes are really about discipline, moderation, and common sense. We are more likely to set big goals and to finally commit to something, whether that's committing to that gym membership or whether that's committing to getting that raise or committing to a partner. And we're more likely to succeed this time because we will apply common sense to this. We won't bite off more than we can chew. We won't overcommit. We won't, just let a dream or fantasy take over. You're going to look at things differently, and therefore you're more likely to be successful. So this is going to empower us, get us fired up, and we're going to really make some much needed changes. On the 29th, the themes are tension, repressed emotions coming up, and generally clearing the air. We're not happy about some things, and you know what they are. And now you feel empowered enough to do something about them. You feel empowered enough to talk to your supervisor if it's a work issue, talk to a coworker, or, if it says something going on at home, talk to your spouse or your children about the situation, clear the air so that you can move forward. So this also can bring some great gains. We just have to be careful that we don't come off overbearing or that we don't put our foot in our mouth. On December the 3rd, everything kind of shifts for us and we feel more creative, we're more inspired, we're more enthusiastic, we're thinking about the holidays. We're very happy that 2023 is going to be here quickly, and we're inspired once again to commit to those routines. This is going to be a powerful week for engaging in major changes and committing to them. So those ideas that, you've kind of been simmering in the back room about, maybe starting a exercise program, or maybe even starting a podcast, or, something like that. I think you're going to commit to it this week, and you've probably already done the research. You've probably already looked at the pros and cons. This week you commit to it. When Neptune turns direct in Pisces, changes how we're feeling about our abilities as well. We're no longer so self-conscious about our dreams, about what we want to accomplish. We're more likely now to step out there and go, hey, yeah, I want this. I know I can do this. I know this will make me happy. I know I'll be good at this. So we're more likely to go forward. When it was in retrograde, we're still kind of undecided. So this can be a big positive change for a lot of folks. And Neptune has been in retrograde since June the 27th. If you go back, pull out the journal and look, you may see that, you've lost or had a little dip in self-confidence during that time. But now you can expect to get that mojo back, which will be a great change. On December the 4th, the theme is dreamy, idealistic, and romantic. So there is a good chance of romance this week, or of at least maybe making a connection with someone. Just don't go overboard with it, okay? And just because they seem like the best person in the world doesn't necessarily mean they are. Take your time getting to know them. This is a week we really need to strive for work-life balance, because with this energy, we're having a hard time concentrating at work. We want to be creative. We want to go do what we want to do. We're thinking about those things rather than the mundane first of the month stuff we have to do at work. Be aware of that and use your most productive time, whether that's early in the morning or late in the evening, to get out the things that you're really responsible for, the things you have to do, and then give yourself time to enjoy this creativity and work on some other programs that are going to be rewarding. So let's look at the week per sign. Let's begin with Aries. Aries, you're at a great spot in your life right now. Romance is blooming and you're happy with the way things are really coming forward for you. This week you're feeling very empowered. You're embracing all these positive changes and you're feeling like you're ready to face some of the obstacles that have been blocking your path for a long time. So that may mean confronting some people. It may be getting to the bottom of some stories that you were told, or maybe around some of the gossip too that's going on at work. So this is one of those weeks where you're empowered to get stuff done, but you're also really happy. So you could go either way. You could really dig in there and get to the bottom of these obstacles, or you can just kind of let it go and just enjoy where you are in life. So it's really up to you. But either way, you'll make the right decision. Okay, let's look at Taurus. Taurus, you're known for your dedication. You take your time and you get things right. When people rush, they usually make mistakes, and that in turn also makes more work. And so you're not one to rush or to do something half-heartedly. But this week you may feel pushed by coworkers or maybe even family members to make a decision quickly about an opportunity that's presented itself. You can also be pushed to sign some paperwork or make a big career change, and you're just not ready. You need to take the time to really look through it, and don't worry. If it's the right thing, it will come back around. Gemini, it's possible this week that you and your partner are suffering from a bad case of miscommunication. You may have agreed to meet them somewhere at a certain time to celebrate an anniversary or someone's birthday, and voila, you show up at the wrong restaurant on the wrong day. And even though you may be thinking you're following the directions, maybe you misheard, maybe they misspoke, it's going to lead to probably an argument because you feel like it was someone else's fault and you're being blamed for not showing up when you said you would. Step back and look at the big picture and realize that this is an inconvenience, yes, but it's really not worth arguing about. Things like this happen from time to time. And shake it off, laugh about it, and go on about your business. The universe is basically sending you a signal to step back and not take yourself so seriously. So relax this week, invest in you and some downtime, and you're going to have a good week. Cancer, this energy this week really focuses on your work and career sector. So you can expect some changes at work. Someone may not show up, or you may be promoted or even moved to another section where you don't really know anything about the project or the people or the equipment or anything. So you're going to have to do a quick turnaround and you're not going to have all the information you need. So this could be rather stressful, but you are flexible enough to get the job done and to handle this. So don't let it stress you out. Use your intuition and you'll make the right decisions. It's time to get serious about your psychic abilities. And we're going to see more of that showing up, more paranormal activity, more psychic experiences over the course of the next probably 6 weeks for Cancer. So that's going to be interesting in itself. Okay, Leo, this is a week where you have a high probability of a romantic encounter. Someone from the past could be coming forward, or someone that you met in the last 6 months could suddenly go from friend to something more. So it's up to you whether or not you want to engage. So definitely take care of your responsibilities, but be open to the possibility of romance. Virgo, you're going to have a really good week as you see some of the fog lifting around your relationships. Maybe you've been talking with your significant other and they're wanting to take the relationship to the next level, and you've kind of been backpedaling or maybe unsure if this is the right thing to do. I think all of that is going to become clear this week, and you're going to feel empowered after you make the decision. So, a very good week for you. Libra, this is going to be a busy week for you work and career-wise. You're going to definitely be the star at work, and people are going to notice the attention that you put into your duties and the fact that you are very responsible at work. If you're in school and you have a term paper due or something like that, or a speech or a discussion, a debate, something like that, you're also going to shine. Overall, work has been up and down for you. I mean, you can handle it. It's just a lot. And now you're clear on what you want, what's going to be the key factor moving forward. You can give it your all. Things are lightening up for you some just because you're changing your focus at work. Scorpio, this is a very good week for you. Your perception also is changing about the situation you're in and about the future. Sometimes you felt like you really didn't have any control over the future or didn't have very many options, but all of that's changing. You recognize that you do have more power than you thought you did, and you're going to find a creative solution to the situation at hand. And then once you do, everything will flow smoothly again. So if you're stressed right now about your relationship or about money, I think you're going to take a step back and see that everything is slowing down and falling into place. The one warning I would have is keep your wallet closed this week. Sagittarius, this is a good week to get together with colleagues, co-workers, and friends and just hang out, have fun, brainstorm on ideas, whether you're talking about work or just where to go eat or the next great vacation. I think that you're going to have a really good time just hanging out and relaxing. It's a nice change, and overall you may feel a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning because your situation is changing, but that's okay. Spending time with your friends will definitely help you feel more like the old you. Capricorn, this is going to be a massively productive week for you, especially at work. You have many projects and tasks on your to-do list, but you're knocking them out with ease. Things are just falling into place and you're just moving forward rapidly. You're no longer waiting for missing pieces or lost reports or waiting for someone to return a phone call. Everything just flows smoothly and you're actually ahead of the game, and you have the energy to manage this and much more. We see that you're feeling better. We see that you have a better attitude and that you're all caught up at work. So great place to be, Capricorn. Aquarius, this is a week where you're ready to do something adventurous, burn a bridge, and start over. Unfortunately, this energy can boomerang back around and end up with you dropping your phone and cracking the screen or having other problems happen with technology. Overall, you're ready for a life change. Well, you've been ready for some time, and you're fed up, and you're thinking about making a dramatic statement. So rather than burn that bridge, maybe take a leave of absence or a vacation day or two or something like that, because making a hasty decision right now will not help you in the long run. Overall, next week and into your birthday time, we're going to see some major changes happening in your life, but right now, still, think about the consequences before you act. Pisces, this is a really good week for you. You've been doing a lot of personal work and been going through a lot of old issues that maybe you didn't want to look at, maybe some issues around loss or grief, and now you're starting to feel like that fog is kind of lifting and clearing and you're feeling better. It's a good week to talk to family members, clear the air, and get to the root of the actual situation. So if you're having problems with a family member or extended family member or even a coworker for that matter who feels like family, this is a time to talk things through. Just ensure that you're not being driven by an emotion or a trauma from the past that actually has nothing to do with this person. So take your time and work things through. I hope you enjoyed this little mini reading. If you did, let me know in the comments section. And once again, if you haven't, please subscribe. Join me in thanking the patrons for making this and all the videos possible. Stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings!